Welcome back. The Office of the Prime Minister says due to the large number of queries coming into its office regarding the upcoming holiday weekend, the public is reminded that Sunday the 13th of December, also known as National Day or St. Lucia Day, is a bank holiday. Pursuant to the Bank Holiday Act, when a bank holiday falls on a Sunday, the following Monday immediately next is deemed a holiday. Hence, Monday the 14th of December 2020 is a bank holiday in St. Lucia. The Office of the Prime Minister reminds all St. Lucians to continue to observe all COVID-19 protocols and has wished the nation a safe and enjoyable holiday weekend. Government spokesperson Norbert Williams has refuted claims that work on the St. Jude Hospital has come to a standstill. The comments were made against the backdrop of a viral photo that claims that work on the St. Jude Hospital has crawled to a stop. Williams came armed with photos and videos to prove that work is ongoing on the project.
They said that nothing's happening at St. Jude. No work is there, it's abandoned. Somebody put up a photo and of course they grade it out and make it look dull and boring. You see people there, of course. You see people working. Next photo. See, there's a truck there and that's the visiting team looking at what's happening at St. Jude. Next photo. There we have more construction of the cladding.
Williams says while there may be no sign of work on the outside, there is much work taking place on the inside.
Because you don't see work on the physical structure of the hospital doesn't mean that construction and work is not being done. There are other aspects to it. So when you put up the walls and you're not seeing anybody on the roof or concrete trucks, that doesn't mean electrical works aren't happening. Okay? So don't let people malmene yourself. What's happening there? I see people working. But you see some people will take a photo of a side where there's nobody and tell you nothing's happening at the hospital. What's happening there? They're getting the ground floor ready to pour the flooring. You have to put the pipes and everything. That's what's happening. But they want you to believe otherwise. Let's go look at that. Does it look smooth to you? Look at that. Work has been done. A layer has been poured. It's been smoothed down for the final layer. Don't let them fool you, folks. We're keeping it real right here with you before the Christmas.
That was government spokesperson Norbert Williams giving some insight into the St. Jude reconstruction project. A Babonneau resident got a slithery surprise in his car on Monday. The Forestry Department has confirmed that a snake measuring some 6 feet was discovered in a vehicle at Babonneau. Senior Wildlife Protection Officer Pius Haynes said the department received the report of a snake in a vehicle at a garage in Paybush, Babonneau. Haynes told St. Lucia Times that the Forestry Department's investigations revealed that the vehicle had been taken from Ancillary to Babonneau for routine repairs and maintenance. He said when the vehicle was inspected, a boa constrictor was discovered in the engine compartment near the suspension area. The strategy of the government of St. Lucia to address the daunting vulnerability to internal and external shocks has been to focus on building resilience. Education and social protection have been identified as key priorities. Developing people's skills, learning capacity, and talents have become key to both the ability to earn a living and to contribute to the country's social and economic growth. It is for this reason that the Human Capital Resilience Project was launched on Tuesday.
The Human Capacity Resilience Project is sponsored by the World Bank and embodies 3 capacities in resilience: absorption, adaptation, and transformation. The project aims to improve the relevance of skills in select sectors of the labor market and to increase efficiency and coverage of the social protection system. Minister for Equity and Social Justice Leonard Montoute says the social protection component will contribute to poverty and vulnerability reduction and enhance human capital and resilience.
This project complements another initiative supported by UN agencies currently being administered through the ministry and geared towards enhancing our social protection system. Further, we are presently working with the Caribbean Development Bank on the design of yet another social protection project, which we expect to implement within the coming months. And for us at the ministry, this is significant as we now have a unique opportunity to leverage technical and financial resources towards a holistic review and complete overhaul of our social protection system, an endeavor that had been on our agenda for some time now.
Permanent Secretary in the Department of Education, Innovation and Gender Relations, Michelle Charles, says the project is one conceptualized ahead of its time and well beyond this time.
The Human Capital Resilience Project is one of the mechanisms through which the limitations of our human capital will be addressed. It is also the vehicle which will allow for the improvement of our social policy framework, increased coverage of our cash transfer programs, and will allow for the development of flagship social programs. Small island states like St. Lucia are characterized by the limitations of our human capital. These limitations are further compounded by the unemployment rates, underpinned by a lack of data on labor market needs, standards, and qualifications for skills required.
The World Bank representative Catherine Funk says that while the project was prepared well ahead of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is even more relevant in this new context.
The pandemic is deeply affecting education, social protection systems around the globe, with many schools and universities being forced to adopt new ways of imparting education. Distance and digital-based education is becoming the norm. At this challenging moment, focused attention is required to curtail dropouts, especially of students from socio-economically vulnerable households. At the same time, social protection systems are becoming key buffers to help households that have lost their incomes survive the crisis and avoid falling into long-term poverty.
The implementation of the project will place in sharp focus two critical areas that, when addressed, will have a positive impact on people and contribute towards economic development. Through strengthening of the technical and vocational education and training TVET, it is expected that the capacities within various TVET institutions will be augmented and strengthened. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.